Welcome to our video, a heartfelt space to honor and remember those we've recently lost, along with others who have left lasting impacts on our lives. Today, we'll reflect on their incredible journeys, celebrate their legacies, and hold their cherished memories close. Additionally, we'll discuss the recent challenges faced by WWE star Damian, which have deeply resonated with fans worldwide. Join us in celebrating their stories and ensuring their legacies endure. Subscribe and be part of our inspiring and supportive community. Big Dick Dudley, born Richard A. Herring in 1968, was a towering figure in professional wrestling, best known for his time with Extreme Championship Wrestling, ECW, in the late 1990s. As a member of the notorious Dudley family, he played a key role in the chaotic and entertaining persona that became synonymous with ECW. With his imposing physique and aggressive in-ring style, Big Dick quickly became a fan favorite, known for his willingness to take extreme risks in brutal, hardcore matches that defined the promotion's identity. Debuting in the early 1990s, Big Dick made an immediate impact, often appearing alongside his brothers in the infamous Dudley Boyz faction. Together, they created some of the most memorable and chaotic moments in ECW history. Big Dick's larger-than-life character and wild antics fit perfectly with the promotion's rebellious spirit, earning him a special place in the hearts of wrestling fans. Despite his success in the ring, Big Dick struggled with personal issues, including a long battle with drug addiction. Tragically, his life was cut short when due to complications from a drug overdose. His was a devastating blow to the wrestling world, as he was a beloved figure in the industry, particularly within the ECW community. Though his career was brief, Big Dick Dudley left a lasting impact on the wrestling world. His contributions to the hardcore wrestling scene and the Dudley family's legacy remain remembered by fans and colleagues alike, ensuring that his name lives on in the annals of wrestling history. Larry the Axe Hennig, born June 18, 1936, was a celebrated American professional wrestler whose career spanned multiple major promotions, including the American Wrestling Association, AWA, National Wrestling Alliance, NWA, and Worldwide Wrestling Federation, WWF. Known for his powerful wrestling style and iconic finishing move, the elbow drop, Hennig left an indelible mark on the wrestling world. He was also the father of Mr. Perfect, Curt Hennig, and the grandfather of Curtis Axel and Amy Miss Perfect Hennig, ensuring his legacy lived on through his family. Hennig's wrestling journey began in the late 1950s when he was trained by Verna Gagne in the AWA. His early career was challenging, but he soon gained recognition, capturing the AWA Tag Team Championship with Duke Hoffman. In the 1960s, he expanded his presence in Texas, where he won the Texas Heavyweight title and formed a notorious tag team with Harley Race. The duo's rule-breaking antics earned them 3 AWA World Tag Team Championships, establishing them as a dominant force in the division. However, Hennig's career faced a major setback in 1967 when a severe knee injury prematurely ended his title reigns and sidelined him for extended periods. Despite this, his contributions to professional wrestling were significant, and he continued to remain a respected figure in the industry. Larry Hennig was attributed to complications from a long battle with kidney failure. Remembered for his strength, tenacity, and family legacy, Hennig's influence in wrestling will always be honored by fans and fellow wrestlers alike. John Gyro Bedoya Jr., known by his ring name Xavier, was born on December 28, 1977, in Queens, New York. He was a prominent American professional wrestler, best remembered for his impactful run in Ring of Honor, which ROH, from 2002 to 2004. Xavier made history in ROH when he became the promotion's second-ever world champion in 2002, defeating Low Kai to claim the title. His reign, which lasted over 5 months, helped solidify him as one of the promotion's early cornerstone figures. Known for his incredible athleticism and versatility, Xavier was adept in a variety of styles, from high-flying maneuvers to technical wrestling, earning the respect of fans and fellow competitors alike. Xavier's influence extended beyond ROH, as he also competed in numerous independent wrestling promotions across the United States. His adaptability in different wrestling environments and his passion for the craft earned him a loyal fan base. Even after his time as ROH champion, Xavier returned to the promotion for special appearances, leaving a lasting mark on its history. Sadly, His was attributed to complications related to heart failure, which he had been battling in the years leading up to his passing. Despite his untimely, Xavier's contributions to the world of professional wrestling remain significant. He is remembered not only for his in-ring abilities, but also for his work ethic, dedication to the sport, and role in shaping the early years of ROH. His legacy continues to inspire a new generation of wrestlers, and his place in wrestling history is secure. Candy Devine, born on January 1st, 1959, was a trailblazing professional wrestler whose legacy left an indelible mark on women's wrestling. Her career, spanning several decades, was defined by her charisma, athleticism, and showmanship in the ring. Devine gained recognition during the 1980s and 1990s, competing in top promotions such as the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, and All Japan Women's Pro Wrestling. Known for her dynamic wrestling style, she captivated fans with her powerful performances, helping to redefine women's roles in the industry. Throughout her career, Candy held several prestigious championships, including multiple women's championships, proving herself as one of the premier female wrestlers of her time. She faced off with some of the most respected names in the business, showcasing her skills and resilience. But beyond her in-ring achievements, Devine was admired for her dedication to empowering other women in the sport. She served as a mentor to many young wrestlers, offering guidance and encouragement to those following in her footsteps. Devine was known for her kindness, warmth, and positive attitude, earning respect from both fans and colleagues alike. Her influence extended beyond her wrestling accomplishments as she became a role model for many aspiring female athletes. Sadly, Candy Devine with the cause of reported as complications from cancer. Her passing left a deep void in the wrestling community, where she is remembered not only for her in-ring prowess, but also for her contributions to the advancement of women in professional wrestling. Devine's legacy as a pioneer and beloved figure continues to inspire the generations of wrestlers she helped shape. José Lothario, born on December 12, 1933, was a legendary Mexican professional wrestler who left an indelible mark on the wrestling world, particularly in the National Wrestling Alliance, NWA, and World Wrestling Federation, WWF. Lothario began his career in the early 1950s in Mexico, where he initially achieved success as both a boxer and a luchador. After moving to the United States in 1957, he adopted the ring name Joe Garcia and later became known as El Gran Lothario in the Gulf Coast territory, a moniker that would become synonymous with his career. Lothario's wrestling style, influenced by his boxing background, allowed him to excel in tough, gritty matches such as brass knuckles and taped fist bouts. His skill and charisma earned him the admiration of peers like Dusty Rhodes, who hailed him as one of the greatest Latin American wrestlers and a top babyface performer. Throughout his career in the NWA, Lothario achieved numerous accolades, including a 50-match winning streak and victories like the NWA Florida Tag Team Championship with Danny Miller in 1970. His memorable feuds with wrestlers such as Gino Hernandez and El Gran Marcus, along with collaborations with Mil Mascaras, were central to major draws in Texas and Florida. Beyond his in-ring success, Lothario is perhaps best known for mentoring Shawn Michaels in the 1980s, later managing him to victory at WrestleMania 12 in 1996. Lothario, due to natural causes, his legacy as a trailblazer in the wrestling world, both as a performer and a mentor, remains a cornerstone of professional wrestling history. The Ultimate Warrior, born James Bryan Hellwig on June 16, 1959, in Crawfordsville, Indiana, was one of the most iconic and controversial figures in professional wrestling. Known for his high-energy persona, colorful face paint, and signature tassels, Warrior captured the imagination of fans during the late 1980s and early 1990s in the WWF, now WWE. His intense presence and unforgettable promos made him a standout star, culminating in his victory over Hulk Hogan for the WWF World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 6 in 1990. This win marked a pivotal moment in WWE history as it symbolized the passing of the torch to a new generation. Warrior's career also saw him hold the WWF Intercontinental Championship, solidifying his status as one of the company's top stars. Known for his explosive style in the ring, including his finishing move, the Warrior Splash, Warrior's influence on wrestling was profound. Despite his success, Warrior's life was not without controversy, particularly due to his outspoken views and tumultuous relationships within the wrestling industry. However, his legacy in the sport remains strong, and he is remembered as a larger-than-life figure who helped define the golden era of WWE. Warrior tragically just days after being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. His was caused by a heart attack, which was believed to be related to his past health issues and lifestyle. His passing was a shock to his family, including his wife, Dana, and daughters, as well as the wrestling community. Warrior's contributions to professional wrestling continue to be celebrated, and his legacy lives on in the hearts of fans and in the impact he had on future generations of wrestlers. Luis Martinez, better known by his ring name, Damian Priest, is a wrestler whose career trajectory continues to captivate the WWE universe. Currently performing on the SmackDown brand, Priest has evolved into one of the most charismatic, complex, and dynamic performers in WWE today. With a physical presence that commands attention, standing at 6 feet 5 inches and weighing 249 pounds. Priest is a powerhouse with agility, technical skill, and a dark, brooding charisma that sets him apart. His journey from humble beginnings to world champion is a testament to his resilience, both in and out of the ring. However, as his career reaches new heights, Priest now faces a combination of personal challenges, backstage tension, injury concerns, and an evolving character arc that may define his future in WWE. Early life and journey to WWE. Born on September 26, 1982, in New York City, Damian Priest grew up balancing the influences of his Puerto Rican heritage with his American upbringing. His early years were steeped in the diverse culture of New York, a melting pot that would later inspire much of his larger-than-life persona. Despite his love for sports, Priest's path to professional wrestling wasn't a straight line. He initially found a passion for basketball and even aspired to pursue a career in the sport. However, his admiration for professional wrestling eventually led him to take a different route. Priest began his training at the prestigious Monster Factory in New Jersey, a legendary wrestling school that has been the birthplace of numerous WWE stars. It was here that he honed his craft, developing the unique blend of hard-hitting strikes, athleticism, and undeniable charisma that would become his signature. He made his professional debut on March 25, 2005, wrestling under the ring name Luis Martinez. Over the years, Priest wrestled across several independent promotions, slowly making a name for himself. During this time, he wrestled under various aliases, gaining experience and refining his skills in front of smaller crowds before eventually rising to prominence. Priest's early wrestling career was marked by his brooding persona and powerful style, which quickly garnered attention. He would eventually adopt the ring name Damian Priest and solidify the foundation for the character he would become. With a Gothic-inspired image and an athletic, hard-hitting wrestling style, Priest drew parallels to the likes of a rock star villain, blending dark charisma with physical prowess. These traits would come to define his character and set the stage for his rise to WWE. Entering WWE, the rise of the Archer of Infamy. Damian Priest made his WWE debut in NXT, where he immediately made an impact. His arrival in the black and gold brand was met with a wave of excitement, as fans were eager to see what this towering figure would bring to the table. In NXT, Priest fully embraced his dark, brooding character, combining a mix of power, agility, and technical wrestling that impressed audiences and critics alike. His persona, dubbed the Archer of Infamy, made him an intriguing figure on the NXT roster, a hybrid of a menacing heel and a charismatic figure that fans couldn't help but cheer for. Priest's breakthrough moment in NXT came when he captured the NXT North American Championship, solidifying his place as one of the top stars in the company. His in-ring style, which combined high-impact moves with precision and fluidity, quickly earned him the respect of both his peers and fans. He also developed strong rivalries during his time in NXT, most notably with stars like Johnny Gargano, Finn Balor, and Keith Lee. Each of these rivalries added depth to his character, helping to establish him as a main event caliber performer. Following a successful run in NXT, Priest was called up to WWE's main roster. making his debut on the Raw brand in 2021. This marked a new chapter in his career, as he was thrust into the larger-than-life world of WWE's main event scene. Despite being positioned as a heel, Priest's undeniable charisma and in-ring ability quickly made him a fan favorite. It was clear that WWE had big plans for him, and his subsequent rise was one of the most anticipated stories in the company. Priest's crowning achievement came when he captured the World Heavyweight Championship, a moment that elevated him to the very top of WWE's hierarchy. His win solidified his status as a legitimate main event player, someone who had the potential to lead WWE into a new era. However, as Priest reached new heights in his career, a series of challenges began to emerge, both in and out of the ring. The Judgment Day, a faction on the rise and tensions behind the scenes. One of the defining storylines of Priest's WWE run has been his association with the Judgment Day, a faction that includes Finn Balor, Rhea Ripley, and Dominic Mysterio. The group quickly gained traction due to its edgy and rebellious nature, and Priest played a central role in their rise. As a member of the faction, Priest embraced his darker, villainous side, aligning with Balor and Ripley to take over WWE's landscape. However, as the Judgment Day grew in prominence, rumors of backstage tension began to surface. Reports indicated that Damian Priest, while integral to the faction's success, was becoming frustrated with his role within the group. As the faction's spotlight increasingly focused on Balor and Ripley, there were whispers that Priest desired a solo world title run, feeling that his contributions to the Judgment Day deserved greater recognition. In the months following, backstage sources reported that WWE's creative team had considered several different storylines for Priest, including a potential betrayal of the Judgment Day. However, plans were constantly shifting, leaving Priest in a state of creative limbo. Wrestling journalists such as Dave Meltzer and Sean Ross Sapp hinted that Priest's dissatisfaction with WWE's indecision had led to some backstage friction. This created an atmosphere of uncertainty surrounding his future in the faction, as fans and insiders alike speculated about whether Priest would eventually break free from the Judgment Day and chart his own path to the top. When Priest finally captured the World Heavyweight Championship, it was a moment of triumph for him personally. However, the title win was met with mixed reactions backstage. Some viewed it as a band-aid solution to calm growing unrest, while others questioned whether WWE truly saw Priest as a long-term top champion or merely a transitional figure. These behind-the-scenes rumblings raised further doubts about Priest's standing in WWE's pecking order, leading to even more speculation about his future with the company. Injury woes, chronic pain, and the road to recovery. In addition to the backstage politics, Damian Priest has been battling ongoing injuries that have threatened to derail his momentum. Sources close to Priest have indicated that he has been dealing with chronic back and knee issues, injuries that have plagued him throughout his career and worsened over time. His high-impact physical wrestling style, combined with the demands of WWE's grueling schedule, has taken a toll on his body. Though WWE's medical staff has cleared Priest to compete, there are growing concerns that he may need to take time off to recover. With the summer months approaching and WWE's busy schedule leading into SummerSlam, the timing of any potential time off is becoming a critical issue. There are rumors circulating that Priest might lose the World Heavyweight Championship sooner than expected to facilitate his recovery. Whether through a clean loss or a cash-in scenario at Money in the Bank, fans and insiders alike are keeping a close eye on Priest's health and whether he will be forced to take a break to heal. Despite these challenges, Priest has continued to push forward in the ring, often showing signs of slowing down in his recent matches. His movements have appeared slightly more cautious, and fans have begun to notice that he is being more protective of certain moves. This has only added to speculation about his long-term durability and whether his body can withstand the constant physical demands of WWE's high-profile events. Shifting character. From heel to babyface in the fan divide. One of the most fascinating aspects of Priest's current character arc is his shift from a dominant heel to a more sympathetic babyface. For much of his career in WWE, Priest was portrayed as a villainous, dark character who thrived on chaos and destruction. However, in recent months, the WWE creative team has chosen to move Priest toward a babyface role, showcasing his vulnerability, resilience, and connection to the fans. This shift has generated mixed reactions from the WWE universe. While many fans appreciate the added layers to Priest's character, showing him as a more relatable and emotionally complex figure, others feel that the edge and mystery that made him stand out have been diluted. Fans who were drawn to the darker, more rebellious version of Priest have expressed disappointment at his transition into a more conventional hero role. Some online forums, such as Reddit's Squared Circle, have noted that Priest's popularity fluctuates depending on how he is booked week to week. The WWE creative team is aware of this division and is reportedly debating whether to reintroduce darker elements to Priest's character without fully turning him back into a heel. This delicate balancing act could determine whether Priest solidifies his place in WWE's upper echelon or fades back into mid-card obscurity. The next few months may be pivotal in determining the long-term direction of his character, as WWE looks to make Priest both a fan favorite and a top-tier talent. Hollywood opportunities. The next chapter? In addition to his wrestling career, there have been reports that Hollywood agents have taken an interest in Damian Priest for potential movie roles. Known for his imposing physical presence, deep voice, and natural charisma, Priest has reportedly impressed casting directors during auditions for action or superhero roles. With WWE's history of wrestlers transitioning to successful careers in Hollywood, including The Rock, John Cena, and Batista, it's not surprising that Priest may be eyeing opportunities beyond the squared circle. If Priest's injuries continue to worsen, or if his creative frustrations mount, he could explore a part-time wrestling schedule while pursuing a full-time career in television or film. WWE is reportedly aware of this possibility and may fast-track certain storylines to capitalize on his popularity while he's still a full-time wrestler or prepare for a potential shift toward a Hollywood career. Conclusion: a career in flux but full of potential. Damian Priest's WWE career is at a crossroads, with both triumphs and challenges shaping his journey. From his rise to World Heavyweight Champion to the backstage tensions within the Judgment Day, Priest has navigated numerous obstacles in his path. His ongoing injuries and shifting character arc add layers of complexity to his story, creating uncertainty about his future direction. Whether he remains a cornerstone of WWE's main event scene or transitions into a different role altogether, one thing is clear: Damian Priest has the talent, charisma, and drive to make a lasting impact in the wrestling world. His story is still unfolding, and the next chapter could very well be the most important yet.